Chris Sununu destroys Sunny Hostin, and the rest of the hosts live on air for hating Trump. We definitely need to figure this out together.
I have one question to ask you, and it's very simple. Are you okay with parents deciding what their kids should be reading and not the government?
Parents come first.
Great.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Period, end of story.
All right.
You know, remember Glenn Youngkin ran and he said parents matter, and he got Democrats on board and he became governor of Virginia. And I called him. Glenn's a great guy, and I called Glenn. I said, I love it. Someone is finally saying what New Hampshire has been doing for 200 years, right? We're all about local control. You do you. And do I disagree with what some school boards do? Yep. But I'm the governor. You're the voter. You're smarter than me. You know what your school needs. You know what your business needs. You know what your community needs.
Yeah.
My job is to set up doors of opportunity so you can make the choices. And guess what? If they make the wrong choice, go fire them. Go vote at the school board. Get them out of office and bring somebody else in there. That's the power that individuals have in changing the process. This whole idea that you're going to elect one president to solve your problems, no. Or one governor that's going to take care of everything, our side's going to win. No way. That is so old school thinking. I think both parties have realized it doesn't really work, right? So keep it local.
Chris Sununu said he's better at this than Whoopi. I agree with his opinion that parents should decide what should be considered for their children and what should not be considered for their children. We directly shape the perception and psyche of our children. They learn this world unconsciously, and every action they take is stored in their heads for the rest of their lives. And in many books now, there is propaganda that can influence the worldview of a child. And it is, unfortunately, not quite good for our generation.
Yeah. Well, and what you understand being one of the most popular governors in the country. Of a
Oh, am I?
purple, yes.
I didn't notice.
Of a purple state, though. You've got 2 Democratic senators, but you're a Republican. You've had split legislatures. You can't just do everything on your own. You've got to actually work. You've got to compromise, which is one of the things I love about you. And actually, you received more votes in 2020 than any other candidate in state history, which is excellent. But listen, we've seen now Governor DeSantis has gotten into the field.
Yep.
Tim Scott, obviously the former president, is in. Are you satisfied with the field as it is? Will you consider getting in? And what do you need to see that you don't?
Well, it's early, right? So, I mean, you can't make any predictions on anything. It's still months away from the first debate, right? We don't know who can take a punch or give a punch. I think there'll be other candidates that get in. I'm a governor. I'm preferential to people that have to. When it comes to a president, you need executive level decision making. The buck stops here. It's not just about policy. Policy's easy. Like, we all have policy, we all have a position. That's easy. My kid can do that. But who can kind of stand up, negotiate, give a little to get a lot, work with both sides, come at it with a sense of compassion?
Chris subtly hinted that their program was a shout into the void. Everyone is a politician, and that's just him talking. The hard part is negotiating, compromising, and finding the middle ground on controversial points. Unfortunately, no one on The View has those skills. They're too sycophantic for that sort of thing.
You've said a couple of things. You voted for Trump in 2016, you voted for him in 2020, and you also said that if he became the candidate, you would vote for him again. And that's striking to me as a principled person, because he is a one-term, twice impeached, now criminally indicted, probably another criminal indictment coming down the pike. Why would you vote for something that is the very antithesis of your beliefs?
Sure. So a couple of things. First, he's not going to be the nominee. He's really not. So I have a lot of faith
Trump
in
is
that.
not going to be the nominee in your mind.
No.
But if
no,
he
definitely
were,
not.
you said you would vote for him.
Well, I'm not voting for Joe Biden.
Hold
I'll tell you
on,
that.
because we
have-
want...
Governor Chris Sununu stated bluntly that voting for Biden is a dead giveaway. He wants to see Trump in power rather than this old man. Sununu doesn't understand this, of course, because she doesn't see any other candidates but Democrats. Whoopi also tensed up at this point and wanted to intervene. Chris has made it clear that Trump is the best candidate there is and will be, but he doubts he will make it to November. Donald Trump, as expected, was and still is Joe Biden's main opponent in the upcoming election. So far, the billionaire and politician has had a real white streak and is winning victory after victory, clearly not intending to stop there. Many are already saying that his return to the White House is almost inevitable, although Biden is also struggling despite his record-low ratings. His foreign policy has already sickened many, so the Republican Trump, although his first term as president was a disappointment to many, is happily supported. November promises to be a momentous month for America. What do you think? Write your opinion in the comments, and don't forget to watch other shocking news on the channel.